and I love the architecture here, the pillars, and the fact I'm looking up at them. So I've crouched down and I've taken a picture which I think resembles something like that. And as far as camera settings go, we've got 1/60th of a second at f11. I'm looking at these lights and lampposts that go down the street. If I position myself slightly to the left here, I can pretty much get all of them without too many people involved. As far as camera settings go, 1/60th of a second and f16, which will make or hopefully render everything in focus. One of the things I love about Liverpool is that when you come in, you see such a variety of buildings and architecture, both new and old. And I've just slipped down this side street. We've got this old dilapidated printers, and I love the two green doors there and the nameplate. So I'm hoping to get that. I'll have to put the camera in portrait orientation. And as far as the camera settings go, it's f11 at 1/60th of a second. See what it comes out like. As mentioned earlier, in addition to the old, we have new as well in Liverpool, and I do like this tree stuck in the ground with the leading line of the pavement. As far as camera settings go, 1/60th of a second at f8. Here we have a classic view looking down a side street. The street slightly curves out of sight. As far as camera settings go, 1/60th of a second at f5.6. Having scanned the images now, it's time to decide which image to print. So just reviewing through the images that we've got here. This is the image of the library pillars, and I must say I'm quite pleased with this. There is something a bit lacking though. I'm not sure whether I like this wall cutting through. I think I might have preferred actually for it not to have been there, but it was limited in where I could access or had access. So this is definitely a candidate for an image. Just realised I've just missed a dust spot. Just a little wiggle here. Oops. Let's just get rid of that. And all the images I've done, I've just literally just come out of the scanner and I've just removed the dust, or not quite removed the dust there on that occasion. So this is one image. The next image is of the lights. Quite like this, I must say. I did have an image in my mind, but it seems a bit cluttered around the background here. But I have noticed on further examination that if I were to crop quite severely the image like that, I'm not sure whether to include the sort of the modern light with the old light sort of as a comparison. That's quite a severe crop of an image. I've never done that kind of severe image crop, so that's a possibility, definitely. The back streets, yes, I do like this, I must confess. I'd have to do, I think, let's just do a quick curves adjustment. I want it to be slightly darker, a bit more gritty. This is definitely an image I'm looking at printing. I do like that there's one little lone character at the end of it that has a very strong, definitely looking at that image. Next one, this is a bit of fun. Unfortunately, the limitation of the 50mm lens I had on the camera, but I do like the way the bird is sitting on top, getting the same view as the historical character on top of the pillar there. Don't think that's going to work though somehow. Again, this was another, I do like this image. Again, it would have to go a little bit darker, I think. Again, just a little curves adjustment, just to bring out the grittiness of the. Unfortunately, it does suffer from this Yeah, I'm not the right angle really, am I? So whether I have to straighten it up a bit, and as a result I'll be cropping the image, but maybe something like that. Again, I do like that image. The next one, this is a classic. I think this is a very strong contender. Just a little curves adjustment, just to bring it out a bit. Yes, that's definitely a contender for the print. And then the final image. Again, I do like this. I'm pleased in a sense that the symmetry, or what's in nature, i.e. the straight, is reflected in the architecture here, the straight lines, and then above it is slightly different. I don't know what you'd call it really, but it reflects in the tree there. So I do like that. So which image do I print? There's certainly some interesting shots there. Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Until we go into the darkroom. Having emerged from my darkroom, I now have my test print. And in view of the last couple of weeks, I've been having quite long exposure times. So I thought I'd try something different this time. So I've gone from 0 all the way to 2 minutes. And the first section, and you can see a line just about there, that represents 40 seconds, and then 60 seconds, and then we go every 20 seconds. There's another 3 increments, but they're clearly way too dark here. 2 minutes is going to be way too long. So let's just zoom in onto the little section I just mentioned here. So here's the 40 seconds, and then you can see a clear line there, and that represents 60 seconds. So I'm just wondering whether something, I quite like this 40 seconds, but I just wonder whether I need to just push it. Do I need 45, 50 seconds? I'm not quite sure. I think I'm inclined to just push it just a bit further. So somewhere between 45 and 50 seconds. Let's go for that and see what happens. So we're going to go for 50 seconds at f11 and see what happens. So having laboured hard and long, I can now reveal the final image, and definitely the 50 seconds has made the image darker than I would normally go, I must say. My initial reaction is that it's a little bit too dark, but I have been going perhaps slightly too light, and so I'm pleased that I've kind of pushed my boundaries, as it were, and the image certainly has come out very well. Some lovely dark areas here. We have some light areas here. Unfortunately, in the processing, I just slightly scratched the image. It's not a dust. So that might be an interesting little future project to try and retouch an image. Not quite sure how we go about doing that. But also the edging, which I mentioned in the previous video, is better. We're getting there, slowly. And that's what it is really. It's a work in progress, definitely. And each step I take, each image I produce, I'm gaining in confidence. And hopefully that's perhaps coming across in the videos that I'm doing. So image is I'm very pleased. I think I'm going to grow to like it. As I say, I'm not comfortable with it being so dark, but with the sepia toning of the cathanol, it really does enhance, I feel, the image. So maybe that's, as I say, work in progress, definitely. So until the next time.